Hey, everybody. We are live at Paste Studio right now with Fractures. Mark, thank you for being here, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got 3 songs for us today. You're going to go across the entire catalog, and one of them, I think we'll end with a tune from the Reset EP, which is out right now on Fader label. And we'll start out with I'm not sure what with something from a previous project.
We're going to go kind of on a journey through time of my releases. This one's from my album that came out about 2 years back. It's called Lowcast. It's a pretty introspective little number, kind of written from the point of view of someone who was kind of holding back on making a big decision, and it only caused them anguish. So I said, hey, I'll write a song for you. And this is it.
Hard to convey, too hard to turn back now, too hard to contemplate, so tired of balancing, too hard to convey, truth hurts so I delay, too hard contemplating, fear the change. Slow down, you're running in. Black out, it's creeping in. Whole time wondering how to breathe again. You focus the energy, lost faith in the combination. Hold your tongue to see it leave again. To an apathy, go through the gallows phase, think on what you might change, color your caliber, seek out apology, think on what you might change, restock, rearrange, re-engage. Slow down, you're running in. Black out, what's creeping in. Whole time wondering how to breathe again. You focus the energy, lost faith in the combination. Hold your tongue to see it leave again. Shut it out of mind till it's twofold. Cover up till the bones dry out. Shoulder blame or deny the truth of it. Lock it in or let it down. Slow down, you're running in. Black out, what's creeping in. Whole time wondering how to breathe again. You focus the energy, lost faith in the combination. Hold your tongue to see it leave again.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, man. That sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah. So you played here in this building last night. viewers were not aware, there's no reason really that you would be. The Hammerstein Ballroom is at the ground level of this building. We're just an easy elevator ride up. You played a benefit show at the Hammerstein last night.
Correct.
So you've been in town for a little while. Have you gotten to do New York stuff, or has it been press thing to show? Or
a bit more of the latter, yeah. I've been here before, so I don't feel like a pressing need to go and see, the tall buildings and the
Or dude, the musical instrument display at the Met right now.
I know.
I hope you do. Feel
I think
a
it starts
need
when
to
I
go
leave.
see
I
that.
think I'm going to miss that.
Oh, I saw some pictures from it. Maybe it was a
I think it's
fancy
the 8th,
early
and
entry
I'll be
thing.
on a plane.
Oh man, okay.
On a big jet plane back home. So next time, I suppose. But
Yeah.
no, I love New York, so I'm going to do my best to make the most of it when I've got the time. But not right now, obviously.
Yeah, good. Well, man, thanks for making this part of your New York time. We appreciate it.
I'm pretty happy to.
Yeah. Can we talk a little bit about so Still Here? That one was off the 2017 EP, Still Here, right?
Yeah, it's a full length. It was an LP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that? Can we talk a little bit about what brought you here? I mean, you had a bad accident before that one came out.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. Can you talk a little bit about that whole experience and what has led you here today?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of gaps to fill in, but actually, I broke my neck. In short, I fractured my C7, in case anyone wants to know. That was actually before my first ever show. I was about 5 days off playing my show, and then I decided to have a little lie down on the floor and break my neck in the process. So that was fun. That was about 3 months off, so I was, rehabilitating, essentially just sitting on the couch for 3 months. And I couldn't play music. I couldn't really sing because my voice was my neck was held in such a fashion that my voice wouldn't project. And so I guess I had a lot of time to think, and then that probably shaped the sound a little bit. Maybe I came out of that a little bit grumpy, and so did the music. Because before then I was kind of heading in a slightly different direction. So maybe it was what I needed. If I had my time again, I'd prefer not to do it, but that's the way these things work. So that happened. EP came out. I kind of rode the wave and started playing around, and people started taking notice. And then the album followed a few years after, just after I'd been amassing songs, and they were it was bursting at the seams, so I had to just get them out there. And then in the interim, I've kind of been plucked out of obscurity, I guess, in the US by a Fader label. Just an unfortunate series of events that found me here. But Andy, who's the president, his wife passed away from colon cancer, and kind of in the grieving process, he found my music quite early on, and it seemed to help him in some sort of ways, restorative, I suppose. And so he reached out, and there was a lot of back and forth, and he decided he wanted to help me out, and I was pretty happy to accept the offer because I'm a fan of Fader, and I'm a fan of America, so any chance to get over here was pretty happily accepted. And I suppose there's a few more inane details I could fill you in on, but now I'm here.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all that. Yeah, it's unfortunate indeed. Those how it came together, but the result is a happy one in this case. We're stoked that you're here playing this music for us today.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what you're going to do second?
Yeah, this is from my first EP, all the way back in, I think, 14 or 15. I wrote this one kind of for someone who was not putting themselves through hell exactly, but kind of carrying the worry and the weight of the worry on their shoulders far more than they should have. And I guess it's kind of a catch-all song for anyone out there who kind of tends to be microscopic in dealing with problems and kind of zooms in on the worst aspects rather than focusing on the positives or the resolutions that can come. So I wrote this for them, and it's called It's All Right.
It's alright, it's alright. You see the fault lines, you started panicking. It's alright, it's alright. You confide in the low light. You're so kind, you caught up in the crossfire. It's alright, it's alright. Don't get dragged through. Don't be consumed. Don't get dragged through. Don't be consumed. Get led on the tight ropes. Keep your eyes closed. Never know you're falling. Follow in your shadow. You've lost count of the dice rolls and the manholes. I'll find you in the morning, acting like you don't know. Don't get dragged through. Don't be consumed. Don't get dragged through. Don't be consumed. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, thanks, Mark. Can we talk a little bit about? So you're gonna play the third song is gonna be off of Reset, right? The EP that just recently came out on the Fader label. Can we talk about the title and the themes on that record? It sounds like it's a pretty literal call or advice, or maybe just we all need to stay aware that it is healthy to reset if you're falling into a set of patterns that aren't necessarily working for life. I was wondering, is it autobiographical for you? Was there a set of behaviors that you had fallen into that you needed to break out of, or is it a more general call to stay aware that we can't play too much with one toy?
It's I mean, you've kind of taken a new meaning from it, which is probably in there somewhat, but I guess my first intention, it is somewhat autobiographical, just in the essentially in the interim between my album and the Fader signing. There wasn't a great deal of activity, so I was a little bit stagnant, and I guess I was wallowing in that, which is what I do. And then, so from that came a selection of songs, also on the EP of a similar nature, just about, I suppose, getting out of my comfort zone and kind of, if I have to move from Australia, for instance, if that's what I have to do to kind of move to the next step, then so be it. I have to be prepared to do that. So it's kind of all centered on that theme of having to make a big call and be uncomfortable for a while to become comfortable and consistent. And so, that's the larger view of the EP. Yeah.
But a buddy of mine who just moved to Australia to be a chef, his dad always used to say that anytime you get that like pit of your stomach sort of oh shit feeling, that you are guaranteed you're on the right path. If the more frequently you feel that feeling, the better you're doing in life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got to work for that then. Yeah, every now and then though. So it must be something happening. But that was the whole vibe, and I'm kind of this trip here is the start of something new. Hopefully, so hopefully the next EP is a bit more positive. as a result.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm enjoying everything that you played so far.
Thank you.
Are you playing the title track off of Reset?
No,
or what's coming up next?
This one's Splinter, which is kind of, I guess, one of the deeper cuts, non-singles of the thing. It's one of my favorites. It's rooted in the same origin, I suppose, but it's kind of from the point of view of looking back. Kind of, it was right at the height of when I wasn't anxious so much, but I was brewing in my head about what's going to happen next, what's going to happen to me, et cetera, and I was, I guess, as stressed as I get, which isn't that stressed, but it's, so this came from that and kind of the idea of looking back with regret that I hadn't taken the chances. And, for instance, you're at a high school reunion or whatever, and like, what have you been doing? Like, well, not much. So I don't want to have that answer. But I guess it is from my point of view. So it's called Splinter.
Thinking rise, darker shapes are creeping in, slowly unsettling. Do I believe my doubts? The chlorine and my interests, but I'm not indifferent. I don't wanna limp back home. I don't wanna look like struggling, acting on the things I've known. Maybe I should leave this place for a while. I don't wanna limp back home, and I don't wanna wake up wondering why. I don't wanna look back on everything without it. Funny feeling like the next decision is attached to a permanence, and I spend my nights in the midst of sleeping, jaw clamped tight, and I'm sick of it. Feel my whole mouth splintering. Oh, and the pain runs down my fingers, and the whole thing comes undone. I know there's a reason there, only I can't see it yet. I do wanna live back home. I do wanna look like struggling, acting on the things I've known.
right, Mark. Thanks for coming and doing this, man.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it very much. And travel safely. You got a show in Darlinghurst, Australia. That's at the OAF Gallery on April 12th. The details are up at Fractures. That's fractur.es.
That's right.
Fractures, just with a .es.
Very
and man, thank you very much, and best of luck on the Reset EP, which just recently came out on Fader label. It is out in the world right now. So, man, thanks for coming and playing with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right.